Welcome to the You're Here podcast. It's episode 99 of the podcast. Woo! You know where to find a podcast: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube with the video, Anchor.fm, www.yourherepodcast.co. We cannot afford the M. I'm here. My name's Mike. We got Dave, Joseph Valino right next to me, and we got an amazing guest.
Yeah.
Roots. Back to Dave. Dave, you want to introduce our guest today?
Yeah. Can I please?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so this specific person has had, I was just got done telling her this, I'm going to say it for you guys now. She's had a huge impact on my life, even though I knew her very, very briefly in person. Back when Davey was starting his artistry, it was a little baby, baby boy, no confidence, hairless, just born into this thing, and
you had a good set of hair.
Okay, thanks. And this person just reached out and said, I believe in you for this little thing. I'm gonna hand you the ball. Let's see what you do with it, and let's work together. And that meant a lot to me. This is Ali Kolbert, everybody.
Boom.
Big round of applause.
Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to put effects in later. Ready?
Yeah, effects are going off right now.
People waving. Oh my God.
Ali, one of my favorite comedians right now. She is blowing up. She's got her own show on True TV, Thursday nights, 10 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
10:30.
On True TV.
10:30. Thank you, Ali. Sorry. 10:30 on True TV.
That's okay, but come in a little early, stick around, helps the network.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to see those views go up.
Yes.
Ali Kolbert, thank you for doing the show, dude.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to do this because I just can't wait to catch up with you, Dave.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm really excited.
And I'm
excited to chat with you. This doesn't feel like work. And I'm excited to get to know you. I can't wait to get to know you. I love men in flannel. Everyone knows that about me.
We wore it for you today.
There we go.
That's what we
Yeah.
This podcast,
Oh, cute. That's
this
really
podcast
cute.
is known for Dave introducing me to just all his old coworkers, friends, everyone he's met. So
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Be ready. This is a big one. Ali,
Excited.
we got to know each I don't even know where to start with you, but let's start here. I met
Okay.
you through an audition. Okay. You were making your own film at NYU, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so okay. Now I want to give you the keys. I want to let you tell the story for yourself. So we came to be. I came to meet you at this audition. I was super nervous, but I remember leaving saying, I think I did something right. I think I did something right, man. I don't know. I was with a friend. I said, I don't know. I never felt this way, but I feel really good. First time I ever felt that way. And I got a call back from Ali saying, I want you to do this film. Said yes. It was called Tyler, if I'm not mistaken. Had an awesome piece of poetry in it by Pablo Neruda.
Oh, wow.
Awesome person to work with was my co-star. She was amazing. And we were at this beautiful space in Connecticut. And I just had a great time on set with you. And I remember, okay, so I'm going to give it up. I just want that's my intro for you. That's it. I'm stepping back.
That's so nice of you.
It's the
say.
truth. It's the truth. 100%. 100%.
I really felt like I fucked that whole thing up.
Oh man. Did you really?
Just as much as you were nervous, I was so nervous because I had never, that was like my big project it's so funny. None of the podcasts I've ever done have talked about this because you know me from those days.
Yeah.
But that was like my first big directing thing at NYU. And that project was like a big part of your grade. That was a big part of your like entire Tisch career was that like milestone short film.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I just was nervous to direct people. I felt to direct professionals, to hold auditions and to cast and to kind of help manage a set. Like it was just a lot on my plate. And I kind of felt like I was faking it a little, but I mean, and also I wrote it, I was directing it, I had a small part. It was just like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad it was such a positive experience for you. I mean, you were the obvious choice throughout the entire thing. There was no really person you were up against at all.
Thank you.
It was so evident that was for you.
That's really cool. Wow. Thank you, Ali.
And we brought in tons of people.
Did you really? Oh God.
Yeah, we brought in like 40 people. I mean, it was like we had like a huge casting like weekend. It was really like, it wasn't a joke.
Wow. I can't believe you felt insecure. Well, I mean, I can because like, I think there's this thing in a lot of people, especially early on, where you're like, I just got to fake this thing until I feel confident. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I feel confident during the process at some point. But like you exuded like warmth and kindness, even in the audition room. I remember I was like, we finished and I like wanted to give you a hug almost. I don't know if I can't remember if I did or not, but I remember you were so like warm. You had this like big smile.
Wow, that's so nice of you.
It's the truth. Yeah.
Some people perceive me to be really warm, and then some people are like, "You're so mean." So it's kind of weird.
Wow.
But actually, you know what? Most people I think I'm really warm, and I just think I'm mean.
Okay.
Right, Julia? Yeah. I think that's what happened. But yeah, you were the same. You were similarly warm, and it was obvious that we would have a great time working together, which we did.
Yeah, we really did. And this is the thing I remember most was I have a lot of memories from it, but you required in the script, you wrote that I smoked. And I never smoked anything in my life. I remember that too. Before. And Allie was so fucking kind because I know how frustrating that is. This fucking dude that you thought could do this thing, and he just wanted.
No, it was fine.
I don't know. I'm in my head about it, I guess. But she wanted me to smoke.
We ordered tobacco-less.
For me,
we ordered
it was so
cigarettes
sweet.
that were filled with like rosemary or something, and you would smoke those.
So did you actually smoke it or what happened?
Yeah, well, I had to. I didn't even know how to hold
I wish I could witness you just trying to figure out how to smoke a cigarette.
Super insecure already, and then having a. Funny. I wish I did it before I went. Like if I knew what I knew now, I would have obviously learned how to smoke before I went. But yeah, she had.
No, you don't have to smoke. Who cares? You don't have to smoke a cigarette for a park. They make cigarettes that are non-tox, like fake.
But it was funny because I felt like I was inhaling like dandelions crushed up. Like it was it was like weird smoke in your. It still went in your lungs. It was the same thing. It's probably worse for you. But yeah, I remember you were being super nice about it, and I felt so insecure about just trying to smoke a cigarette like James Dean. I couldn't even smoke it like my little sister. I couldn't figure it out.
But I also felt like an idiot. I was like, why am I forcing this guy to smoke cigarettes? Like maybe I'm a fuck.
But you had an image.
Who am I? I'm like a college kid making this grown-ass man smoke on my porch. Like, what's wrong with me?
Well, dude, so you did
I had an image, though.
You did. You had an image. You had an image in your head. So we do this film together, and then it goes how it goes, and it was a cool experience for me. However it ended up, I was really excited about it. And from then on, I felt like I gained a little bit of confidence. So again, I thank you for that because that was a big deal for me. And now so I don't see you for probably a year. I think it was about a year. But I had you on social media, so I was seeing that you were getting into stand-up comedy, and you had a show at the Cellar. I think it was like your first time at the Cellar. And I remember going to watch you do your thing with my then girlfriend, and I was like blown away that you just went from director to stand-up comedian at the Cellar in like what I think is a year's time. And I was just curious, like I never asked you.
No, the timeline's off.
Is it off? A couple years? Was it a couple years?
It's so. I mean, the Cellar was like. Cellar is like the top of the New York City stand-up comedy game. Like, there's this comedian, Usama Siddiqui, and he talks about it like the Cellar is like the boss in the video game.
Okay.
And you like work all the other clubs to get to the boss. So I didn't get into the Cellar until like a year and a half ago. So I think you came to New York Comedy Club.
That's where I went. That's where it was, New York
Comedy Club. And I was doing stand-up comedy before I was directing that short film. I was always doing stand-up.
I never knew this about you. I never knew that about you. So you were doing stand-up before anything. You were always doing stand-up.
Yeah, I was always doing that. And then isn't that funny that I then wrote that film that was like not funny? Not Which is the story of my life. It's like I'm like funny on stage, and then you put me down to write something, and I like end up with a suicide note. I'm like, I don't know what's coming out. It's just not happy.
Super dramatic, heartfelt little film you made. Yeah, that's why I never assumed you were a stand-up comedian. We didn't even talk about it. And then I saw you do stand-up, and I was like, holy shit, she's a stand-up comedian, like legit. But like, how did you get into stand-up? Like, I never had this conversation with you. I was always curious about it. How did you get into it?
So it was always something that I had wanted to do. And when I went to NYU, I started taking a class at Caroline's on Broadway. Mm-hmm. There was like a stand-up class, and I enrolled in it, and I took it Wednesday nights, the fall semester of my freshman year.
Wow.
And I just the various ropes that go into stand-up comedy, the bringer shows and the open mics, and I always kept doing that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So that was your first love, really, at like school? Like when you found that, you were like, this is my thing?
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to do it. I went to NYU knowing I would do it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I loved watching it growing up. I loved telling jokes. I always, if I wanted to perform, I wanted to make people laugh. So it was like a natural fit for me.
Who was like a comedian for you growing up that was like the one that would speak to you most?
I was just talking about that. Sarah Silverman, Jesus is Magic. I always talk about that special when people ask about what was like a very formative special for me.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld, I'm telling you for the last time.
Oh man. Wow.
Lots of Wanda Sykes.
Oh yeah.
It was just all that stuff.
Wow.
Awesome. I wanted to ask you maybe before, like, so in NYU you were going for film, or how did that work? Because if you were
there's no stand-up comedy major.
Yeah.
But I applied to NYU as an English literature major. And I was really, really inspired by my high school English teacher. And a part of me was like, maybe I will teach English. Like, I loved English. I always loved reading and writing, and I loved poetry, David.
Yes.
And but then it became clear that if I was at NYU, the real program to be in there is the film program.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to be in one of their like acting schools, the film program is just like incredible for the networking alone. And it becomes a real incubator for like mind-blowing creatives.
Wow.
I mean, and also a lot of baristas, but a lot of them creatives, but some, they can make amazing lattes.
That's
I was
basically
like,
me
okay,
right now.
And I transferred into that school.
Wow. From where?
And some people now are at SNL. No, I transferred internally from the English program.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Now, do you think there should be some sort of program for comedy? Because I feel like that just does not. I don't know.
I don't think there should be a program for comedy. No, because
like there's no
you
way.
can't teach someone how to be funny.
Yeah, no.
You could talk about writing.
That'd be interesting to see
and
how it just fails, though. If they tried it.
Start a whole.
Totally, because everyone will take it.
Yeah.
And everyone will try.
Yeah.
And everyone will be really bad.
And then there'll be more baristas.
And there's
exactly.
more baristas. Yeah.
No, you could teach joke writing, and of course there are comedy classes and there's stand-up comedy classes, but for the most part, you're funny or you're not, right? Don't you guys think?
Right, 100%.
Everyone cringes when they have that one friend that they think they're funny and they're not funny, and you just watch them just like a car crash every day.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not funny, dude.
Do you deal with people like that you we're not trying to poo-poo on nobody, but like, have you come across in your
comedians that are funny,
comedian career, your stand-up career, have you do you remember a story or something of like a situation or an opener or something like that with just totally flatlining? And
dude,
can it be?
This is every day.
This is every day we're talking.
This is not. Do I remember one comedian that wasn't funny?
Yeah.
Most comedians on most shows are not funny.
Right. Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But then there are places like the Comedy Cellar where you see why people are well respected.
Yeah.
You see how they got there. You see, okay, even if this isn't my sense of humor, this is interesting. What a cool take.
Right.
A really specific identity. She's a lesbian in a burqa. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Let me hear her sense of what's funny.
Right.
But like most people, do you really think every single straight white man has some interesting, unique observation? I don't.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about this. I was just watching something about the Comedy Cellar. I was watching a documentary on Showtime.
Yeah.
And I think Bill Burr was talking about it, or someone was talking about in the documentary.
Oh, Comedy Store.
Comedy Store, yes. Comedy Store, I'm sorry. And they were saying how it's like a predominantly male-centered profession for a long time. It was like a boys' club. And I'm just wondering, like in the city, were you dealing with that early on? Did it feel like a boys' club to you, or was it very much more open?
Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh my God, yeah, totally. So many times, I'm the only girl on the lineup, or I have to give head to get safe. No, I'm joking. So, like lots of male kind of like pervy bookers that you have to like flirt with the idea that like you would hook up with them in order for them to think you're like chill. like you have to pretend that like it could happen.
Oh man.
You're like, it's never gonna happen, dude. You're like 300 pounds and you're married with twins. But okay, sure.
Oh no.
But yeah, of course, you have to. It's a boys' club for sure, and you have to be able to hang with the dudes.
Yeah, it's a lot of like schmoozing. It's a lot of drink the beer with the boys, or just roast them just like they're roasting everybody else. You got to jump in on that stuff. I can never do that. I can never do that roast thing. You know what I mean? Like you're quick.
What do you mean?
Like, you know how some people, like you were just saying, some people are funny, some people aren't. And some people have the ability to, you get roasted and then you reply with a roast. Like you're just as quick and you cut a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that in me. I get real quiet. I get like, it's,
Are you in pain?
100%. 100%. It hits so hard.
You are in
Let it
pain?
affect you.
Well, when I get roasted, it's tough. It's tough because I can't respond. Even in grade school, it was hard for me to, take a joke and then
Sensitive. You're a sensitive boy.
very sensitive. I cry a lot.
Dave takes it to heart and then he goes red.
Yeah,
That's like the two dynamics you have.
I'm the guy at the.
I'm really
comedy show.
sensitive though too.
Are you? Does it affect you?
It seems like I'm not, but I'll cry after this.
Oh God. Oh no! Don't cry after this, please. No, but
the issue is I'm really sensitive, but then I dish it out really intensely.
yeah.
And then when people dish it back, I like get upset.
I was watching you do a battle. I didn't even know there was comedy battles, and I was watching you do
the roast battles.
The roast battles, and you were fucking killing this, girl.
Yeah.
Thanks, but this is a perfect example. I was doing the roast.
Yeah.
And I was winning the roast, and it felt really good to win the roast because I would insult people, and then people would clap.
Right.
That felt great.
Right.
I love insulting people. I love people clapping for me.
Right.
Both of those things worked.
Yeah.
I kept doing it, and then I went up against someone, and I lost to her, and I was really upset, and I didn't go back.
Wow.
And I haven't done one since because they say things, and you're like, you know what? It's like I was invited to do a roast during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Let that sit in. I was invited to do a roast under the Brooklyn Bridge for no money during a pandemic. Do you think I want to put a mask on and be called a dyke under the Brooklyn Bridge for free?
Oh my.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'd rather sit at home.
Yeah, and then you gotta walk on.
Why do I want this? Why do I want someone yelling at me, you stupid Jew, for free in the cold during a pandemic?
Yeah. No way. No way.
It's painful.
That's a
I'm
terrible.
in pain.
I can't do that kind of thing, Ali. When I saw you doing it, I was like, she's tough as fuck. I don't know how you do that. And how do you handle? Have you ever had heckler situations? Have you ever had a situation? And this probably goes back to like Dave. This is an everyday kind of thing, you idiot.
Yeah.
But like,
That's what I was gonna say.
yeah. So what's that? What's a good heckle story?
Of course.
Tell me a good heckle story. Because I don't know how you deal with that shit. I don't know how you do it.
A good heckle story.
If you have any, or just common things you hear.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's a good one so much as, well, okay, so this is a good example. I used to respond to the hecklers and I became too angry with them.
Okay.
And I would become too mean with them and like insult them too much. And when you do that, you lose the audience because they shut down to you and they're like, she's mean, and they get sensitive.
Yeah.
So if you don't learn to kind of warmly put down the heckler in a way where you're still maintaining the crowd,
Right.
it fucks your whole act.
Okay.
So early on, someone would say something and I would say, why don't you shut the fuck up, you ugly piece of shit? Or whatever it was. Like something that was so harsh and reactive.
Right.
And it just ruins the whole show.
So it's like an art
You can't
form.
come back.
It's like its own craft.
Totally.
It's like you have to know how to toe
You
the
have
line.
to finesse it.
Yeah. Wow. You don't think of that because it's some random person who's too drunk who's stopping the show, stopping your act completely, and it's your job to not only address
have to be
it.
super delicate with it.
Right. Man.
Because you're reading how okay is the audience with you going how hard on this person?
Right.
What do we feel this man deserves as a group?
Right.
Let me match that, and maybe let me surprise you and go a little further or take a different take. But if I push too hard, instead of being upset at the disruption, they're gonna become upset with me.
Right.
And also, the heckler often feels like, from my perspective, feels like more of a disruption to the comedian than to the audience.
Sure.
So if I'm like, oh my God, you're ruining my set,
Yeah.
the audience is probably just like, who cares? I'm still listening.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. But as the artist, these are my jokes that I worked on. I know my performance. This is so disruptive. This is bothering me. But the audience is like, okay, he gets to say something. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's like chill. They're like, let it go. Water under the bridge.
Right.
The best case scenario, I guess, is like find a way to like roast them, but like kind of make it part of the act, right?
Yeah. Like, how do you
know?
roll
Right.
it in?
Because you can always call back to them later, bro.
Yeah, and like, Totally bringing it in, building like a character around them, a story that we're all willing to get on board with.
Right.
This guy's wife left him and he's here because he wants to have a good time.
Exactly.
So, I bet you're laughing at that joke. Oh, you're from here. I bet that. So like creating that character and feeling in the moment, it gives the audience a sense of, wow, anything can happen in this space.
Yeah.
Like it's so right now, this feels alive. I want to pay attention. I'm so engaged because it's so not stale.
Wow.
Comedy's crazy like that, man. It's like, it's such a, because you, like a lot of the time people are writing, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of it's like, you know, you practice your craft through the writing, through the open mics, through working things out. But then like the actual being on stage and like the quick-witted, the way of like, you know, wording everything and like the pace, it's so much that goes into it. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't know.
And I feel the thing I'm surprised about most is you have an act, right? I assume, like because I listen to other comedians talk about their craft, and I'm always surprised because they're like, I do a special, right? And so I've worked on this act along the way. I had a 2-minute bit that I tacked onto a 5-minute bit that got shortened to a 3-minute bit, and I merged those together. And you build and you build and you build at these smaller venues, right? Like you go to the Cellar, and I don't know how this works for you or not, but I was curious, like your process, like are you working on constantly like new material? Are you taking that out every night and trying it, or like how does that work for you? How, like usually?
So I would say that you have material that you're working on, like that's on your kind of plate that you rotate through every night. So maybe there's 8 minutes that are my solid 8 minutes at the moment, the jokes that I know hit and that I'm the most excited about. So if I'm going throughout the city and I have different 15-minute spots, you can sub out, you know, you usually want to start and end strong. So I'll keep my really, really reliable stuff on the tail end of my stuff.
Right.
And then between like really solid chunks, I can wedge in new material and know that I have my solid stuff to fall back on. And even though this sounds like you're thinking about it and you're planning ahead of time, this is something that becomes so much of a muscle for you that you don't even have to really think about, and I'm going to put it after. It's not like that.
Right.
When you first start, it feels like that, and it feels like you have to calculate every minute. But once you've been doing it for a while, you have such an intuitive feel that you can just feel the crowd and feel the bits and just kind of move throughout them.
Wow.
Just like anything else. I'm sure you would feel similarly.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like a flow state when you're present, when you're totally present, because I know with acting it's like the second I go here I'm dead, and I know that. But the more I'm outside of myself, taking in the moment, even when I have lines prepared, obviously I know what I'm going to do. Obviously I know the things coming up. But it's like a river, and it's like you sit on that river, you're kind of floating, and you know what's coming, but you're not there yet. Like you're just present and privy to the moment. And I guess that's what it's like for comedy too. Same deal. You're taking in a crowd of people, and you know you have to go somewhere, but you're taking in the room in the present. So those jokes, you know the timing of it because it feels right. You know it's like a song. You know, it's like jazz.
I know. I was gonna say it's like I would imagine like a great guitarist. I mean, not saying I'm a great comedy mind, but I'm just saying that in the same way that you might like rhythmically be able to feel out, I can kind of improv here.
Right.
Is the same. It's just the same as any other art form.
Yeah.
I would think. And it is kind of like that, like of two minds thing where you're like very present, but also a part of you knows directionally where something's heading.
Yeah. All right, so I want to switch gears real quick. I'm going back to my insecurities. So I don't hear from you for a bit, right? And I'm like, oh, she hates me because I was terrible on the film, and it wasn't my time.
Oh, was I supposed to reach out?
No. I was supposed to. This is a me thing that I was projecting, and I see you're working for the Tonight Show, and I see you do your set, and I'm like, Alina, come look. This is, remember, we just went and saw her show. This was a little while ago, and now look at what she's doing. This is amazing.
Right.
I just wanted to know, like, what was that like for you, that moment? Because everyone dreams, every comedian, I think, dreams of that moment, of every young comedian, everyone who's grinding or trying to make a career, dreams of that 5-minute, 10-minute segment, whatever it is on the Tonight Show. Like, what was that? How did that come about? And what was that like? Like, was that were you freaking out the night of? Were you going crazy?
It was very surreal to me getting to perform on that show. And the other thing was that because I had spent so much time there as an intern and as a page and all of these things, there was like a familiarity to being there that felt like I knew everyone there.
Right.
I knew the staff, like low level. I mean, even like the producers and things, like they had said hi to me. I had known them. So there was a certain comfortability that like I had been on that stage 100 times.
Right.
Like as an intern and as a page and like standing in for sketches or like working in the studio, giving tours. Like the fact that, when people step out on that Tonight Show stage, I mean, I was imagining how much of an impact this had on me. Like that's usually their first time in that room.
Yes.
And like, oh my God, I'm here.
Yeah.
I had been in that room every day for years. So it like made me chill. It was a bit different.
Right.
I don't know if I was more chill about it.
Right.
But it definitely, I don't know, maybe that empowered me in a sense that I felt familiar with the space. I wasn't going through the, oh my God, look at this place. Like I was like, wow, I'm so happy I'm here. I'm so proud. But like it gave me power to focus on my set and to just nail the set.
Right.
I mean, like the audio person who was miking me, I knew him. I knew all of these people. So it wasn't all overwhelming.
Wow. And they're all rooting for you too, right? It's like your team. They're all
it was like a homecoming when I was there. Everyone was like, yeah, like one of our own. Like it felt like so it was
sick.
cool.
That's like a dream scenario. That's the best possible scenario, I think, because you're right. Like going into that place and you're a comedian, you got a spot, and it's the biggest spot of your career, but you're unfamiliar with like the lighting in your eyes and the people that work there, and what an awesome experience that must have been.
Yeah, it was great. It really was.
Did you ever have a moment like that where it really impacted you? Like a set or
where it really impacted me?
I don't know.
I mean, that moment certainly impacted me.
Yeah.
It didn't not impact me. That was like incredibly impactful.
Yeah.
And opened up like so many doors for me.
Right.
As a comedian. But yeah, of course, there's tons of moments. I mean, my audition for the Comedy Cellar, performing on any late night show is like, that's huge. Like a proud moment for a comedian.
Yeah.
Anytime you get to do stand up like on television, but also there are like really great club sets that like are inspiring like to yourself, like when you kill.
Right.
And you get to feel that high and see what you did and see people's response to it. And when you're in a room that's packed and you're so in control.
Yeah.
And you're making people crack up. I mean, that's like that is like meaningful to me. That stuff feeds me.
Yeah.
And any comedian.
Yeah. And it's like it's a craft, right? So it's like a communal experience. You're going on a night where you have your someone's going before you, someone's going after you, or whatever, or you're headlining or anything. But the people that you've met along the way, has there been like a voice, a specific person that has said, reached out and said, Ali, you just killed it tonight, and it meant something to you that was like, I don't know, that may have bolstered you, or like a significant person in the journey?
That's a good question. Significant person in the journey killed it. I think there have been a handful of people whose acknowledgement of me felt really good.
Yeah.
And one time I did a temple show. I was like opening, and Judy Gold was the headliner.
Okay.
And she liked my performance, and I started opening for her. And she is like an icon, and she's a regular at the Cellar, and she's done a million things and all these one-woman shows, and her podcast, Kill Me Now. And just having her like, say you did a good job. I was in a car with her and Elaine Boozler, who she was like the stand-up queen. I mean, if you had cable television in the 80s, you saw Elaine Boozler she's been on every Tonight Show, like Leno, Carson, Fallon, so and they both were there that night, and I remember sitting in the car with them, and I was like, okay, this is cool that I'm in the presence of
Royalty.
more than cool, for lack of a better word, cool, but that I was in the presence of these two women who were killing it, who have killed it and are killing it at comedy, and were like giving me kind of like a head nod of like,
Yeah.
all right, we see you,
Right. Right.
But anytime you get to like brush shoulders with people at the Comedy Cellar,
Yeah.
even if they're not saying you did a great job, but if
Yeah.
you look at the lineup and you're on the lineup and the other people on the lineup are, whoever they are,
Yeah.
Adrian Appalucci and Sam Morril and Mark Norman and Nick Glazer, it's exciting, and it feels like, okay, I'm in the right place, I would like to think, or this feels like I'm in a good place.
Yeah. That's incredible. It's a thing you dream about, you want to be in those lineups. And then when you get there, it's like waking up from a dream. It's just amazing to me that the feeling you must feel in the moments in between, like the moments of being behind, listening to whoever's up there doing their thing. And you're like, how did I get here? How did I get here?
Right.
This is amazing. And it was all on me. I did it. But like the things that happen for you in order to do this, the thing that you love to do it's just a blessing. It's incredible. And I dream of those situations all the time. That's why I'm really curious about yours. But yeah, it's cool
and it's also a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
And a lot of feeling like, fuck, I'm not good enough.
How do you deal with that? Like for like on a day where you're feeling if you feel anxiety, like before a show, or like how do you get up there and still do your thing? Like, is there a thought or a mantra, or like what's your thing?
No, it's definitely, pushing through. It's like, it's never a matter of if I'm going to get up there.
Yeah.
I'm always going to get up there. It's just the feelings before and after and during your set. Like, it can be hard at times.
Yeah.
It can be hard to not let the performance you had before determine how to feel about the performance you have next.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like a bunch of sets in one night.
Right.
And you bomb one and you just wear the bomb. It just stinks on you. And you just, also you can't bomb like that at the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
I know you can, but like, I feel like you can't. Like, it's just not good. But of course you do.
Right.
People have you bomb. I had a really bad bomb there, but like I don't know. I think just believing in yourself, and I've gone through waves where I'm not feeling as great, and then I go through waves where I'm like, okay, I'm feeling particularly good, feeling like particularly excited about new material. A lot of times it takes like injecting new blood into your set and feeling like you have bits you can get excited about.
Yeah.
Or like, oh God, I can't wait to get to this part in my set, because you're looking forward to this certain bit that like makes you feel new again on stage.
Yeah. I got another big question I have for you is like, quarantine. Okay. So you're soaring high 2019, right? End of 2019. You're like, I'm doing well. This is, my career is moving forward, and you have your gigs lined up, and you know where you're headed, and quarantine hits. COVID sweeps through the nation, and comedy, all entertainment industry just says, we're going to stop for now, and see what happens. What was that like for you? Like, where was your head at?
At first I thought this will be a nice little break, few weeks off. No, that.
Yeah.
And then COVID shows its true colors. And, I think I would be feeling a lot differently if I didn't get the True TV show.
Man.
Because that was a pretty big score in 2020.
Yeah.
To book a show.
Yeah.
That we filmed during the pandemic. We COVID tested every day, all negatives throughout filming.
Wow.
We filmed 10 episodes and they're airing. So that was a win for me that I had that this year.
Yeah.
And then that gave me fuel to keep going. I was doing a lot of writing at the start of the pandemic, which I was really happy about. And I got a lot of satisfaction from like completing writing projects and putting stuff down that felt good. And then I've dabbled in the outdoor shows. done some of that. And then it got too cold in New York, and now they're shut down in LA. And, stand up, like, really, not to sound like a comedy douchebag, but like it really is best inside, microphone tight, like that. It really, that's where it like thrives.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could do comedy outside, but it's not the best.
Yeah. It's got to be.
But I'm sure it will come back.
Yeah.
After a vaccine and herd immunity.
Yeah.
And Pfizer.
Yeah.
And Biden. And masks.
There we go.
It'll be back.
Who do you think's doing the best out of like, because like there's so many different like people trying new things because Corona. So a lot of people, like, I saw Mark Norman, I know you're friends with him, and doing the stuff in the park. I just feel like it's just so hilarious. A lot of his stuff, like he even shows like the stuff where he's bombing kind of, but I feel like it's so hard and he's just trying to do it.
Shout out.
But then you see like, I don't know, people like Bert Kreischer's doing like the full like parking lots, cars.
Isn't Chappelle doing?
Yeah, Chappelle doing.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like I don't know. What do you think is like? Do you think what's the best option right now?
Do you think we should all just wait inside until it's all done, or should we?
I mean, whatever people want to do, I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes you happy. I mean, the outdoor shows don't give me that much, so I don't need to or really want to do them in the same capacity that I would do comedy spots at like clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to back parking lot gigs. Like that's not for me. That doesn't feed my soul.
Right.
So I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And also I don't want to get COVID.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, that's not my game. But if people like that and that makes them happy and it's safe, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
But it's just not something that I am as into. Yeah,
as a audience member, like I would go to a comedy show, but the reason I'm going, I think partially at least, is because I want to interact even before or after with the comedian who just killed it or did however. So that's like
really.
I mean, for me,
you want to interact?
Yeah, I would love to. Like, I want to pick your brain. I want to I want to just tell you how funny you were. I want to have a possible conversation, or at least be in the same room. To it's a different kind of energy. I think when it's outside.
Right, feeling like I'm in the room and Amy Schumer came by. Yeah, or whatever it is.
Like
it is fun when you're like sitting close to the stage and you see these people right in front of you.
Yeah.
And they're so funny.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
Yeah, it's different. It's different, I imagine, than being outside and trying to like hit somebody with an elbow and they're like, no, thank you. Like back up. It's got to be just a different.
I love watching stand up when it's good.
Yes. Yeah. It's amazing. And I love that front seat. It's
totally fun.
Yeah.
It really is.
But I think I
miss it. I miss it now.
Do you miss it now? You love it.
Yeah, I just love like, you're sitting all packed in and you have that bar food and people come out and they make you fucking laugh and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It just feels so good to belly laugh.
That's the thing. That's the service you provide that I think in quarantine, this is the thing I wanted to really ask you was you're trying to, it can be met with backlash. I feel like, people are very, very careful about what they do now and, what should we do as opposed to like, what do we need? And I think laughter is a big deal. I think like people do in some way, shape or form still need comedy. I think it's still a thing that like, I want to laugh. I don't want to be so, just downtrodden all the time about, did you read the news today? Did you watch this dramatic film and feel terrible? And then you got to now pay your bill, and then grandma's. We can't go see grandma because it's just it's a motherfucker.
Isn't it exhausting how all these good films are so depressing?
Oh my God!
It breeds.
Can we make a good film that's a little happy? Would it fucking kill you?
Yeah. All the Oscar-nominated ones aren't, right? Like those are the top films.
Where did we say that a requirement is it has to be so goddamn depressing it makes you want to slit your wrist?
Yeah, that's where the bar is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm so not in the mood to sit down and watch something that cuts to black after someone's been diagnosed with something.
Yeah.
Or daddy's not coming home, cut to black. I'm so not in the mood. Like, we could make a good, happy movie.
You're right. It's possible. It's possible.
Let's have a feel-good story.
Yeah,
Can one person invest in a feel-good movie?
Hey, let's do it, Allie. Come on. Let's do it.
Any feel-good movies you've seen recently?
Oh, God.
I need one.
Boom. I have nothing, dude.
I really don't have one.
My watches are dark and depressing. That's it.
Yeah, I just watched
room alone.
some dark film about Ben Foster and his daughter living in the woods, leave no trace, and it was so sad. It was just so sad. Terrible. And I cried, and that was it.
I need one good movie.
Yeah, I don't have one for you. I
can't think of anything.
Think about it.
I'll think about it. I'll try to get back to you on it. Did you so again with the fan stuff, because I'm like a fan. I'm a fan of yours. If I came to a show, right?
Yeah.
And like it's weird. It's got to be weird. You know, when I'd only done, you know, I did one show. I went to like Italy for it, and I did it in the city for a little bit. And it was like my first like extended run of a thing. And I remember
What was it?
It was called Lord. It was in Jesus Christ, the Theater for the New City in New York, and then I went to Rome. We did a few shows out there, but it was like
That's exciting.
It was cool. It was really cool. It was the first time I got to travel. I'd never been to Europe, and it was the first time I got to go when I was working, so it felt really, really good. You know, but I had to meet people like before, after, and we had to do like a fundraiser thing, and I had to kind of shake hands with people. And this pre-COVID, relax.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And you know, it was, I understood, I think you're providing some kind of service, even if you hate to look at it that way. It is really a service you're providing. And it is a selfish thing because I love doing the thing, but I know it's attached to the way people respond to it. If someone comes after to meet me or just want to talk about what they've gone through or how the show was fun to them at this point or whatever, I do get a little bit of a boost. It does make me feel good that I can see a response. And so when I go to watch a show that you do, like, you know, I would want to meet you. I'd want to say, you know, you did this for me, but people could cross the line is what I'm trying to say. People can cross the line and say, you know, what was that joke about? Like, it wasn't funny. And it's just like, well, why are you even approaching me? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had too much of that.
Okay.
Like, especially when you first start stand-up and you're not really making money, someone coming up to you and telling you that you are the reason they were crying laughing is like just as good as money for like
right.
a stand-up comic at the start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're really just doing it to make people laugh because it makes you feel good.
Right. Right.
You're not doing it for $12. Okay. So no one gets into stand-up because they need the money. So
right.
The fact that someone's going to come up to you and say, "Oh my God, you made my night," that really makes comedians feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see, you know, when you become Chris Rock, maybe it's a little tired.
Yeah.
But if you think I'm funny, please tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, of course, there's people who I have an idea for your joke. I have some feedback, and you kind of take all that with a grain of salt. And like, it's at this point in COVID, I miss people coming up to me and just stepping out of place.
Yeah. Just fumbling, you know, just like, it was so, when you, Allie,
I miss that.
Yeah. Those awkward interactions. I bet it is a bolster. It's nice to know that you've. It
feels good.
You've affected somebody with your work.
It's personal. It's a personal thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you're writing and you're up there, and someone's saying you made them happy. Great, I love that.
Yeah, it is like payment, I guess, in the beginning, especially. What keeps you going? You know.
What else is keeping you going?
Yeah.
That's the one validation you're getting is the random people who are like, "Oh, that was good."
For sure, I see that. I definitely understand. So Mikey has been. We've been doing this thing on the podcast where my boy Mikey is on Bumble, right? He's on Tinder, and you do dating advice on your, and I think it's hysterical on your Instagram. Go follow Ali Kolbert on Instagram.
She's an expert.
Yeah, she's an expert in dating service. I think it's funny.
They're hilarious.
It's funny. It's really funny. But so Mikey, go ahead, Mikey.
Yeah, I want to ask you because first I want to ask you: have you ever talked to a psychic, or what do you believe anything, or do you think it's just a bunch of hoaxes?
I don't know if I've talked to a psychic. I've spoken to astrologists. And I think I've gone to like a palm reader, never a psychic.
Okay. So last week.
Psychic meaning you can see the future?
So I actually don't know.
Yeah. He was
I guess so,
predicting
yeah.
the future
Yeah?
for you. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 100%.
So
Yeah, so I don't want to know, I don't think.
Yeah,
We keep going.
So last week we had the great idea to call a psychic on the show, and we had the fans pick out from 3 different ones, and we had this kind of his name was Psychic Patrick, and he was kind of crazy, and I basically just asked him about my love life.
He was a shaman.
Yeah, he was a shaman.
That's what he went by
classified
shaman.
as a shaman.
That was his thing.
But I just wanted to know about my
Okay.
love life because
Okay.
that's kind of a segment on our show. I'm usually just like a very serious dater, and
You're a very serious dater?
yeah, like I'm not. I don't get around. I'm just I'm old school. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Missionary.
So I thought
Give me the history. Give me the history.
history. A couple.
Relationship to relationship.
Okay, first relationship. Okay, we're going through it all.
Yeah, go through it.
First relationship. I didn't like her. Prom weekend.
whoa,
we got
whoa,
together.
Whoa.
Well, I'm
Really?
going through it quick.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Didn't like her. My best friend cheated on me with her. Boom. Next one.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Did I?
How
I
long
talked
was
about
that
it.
relationship?
That was like
How long
maybe
was that relationship?
5 months, but I feel like it didn't really affect me that much because I didn't really care.
Okay.
Okay. Keep going.
Next one was probably my best, most serious 2-year relationship. Love each other, boom. I ended up breaking up because of personal reasons, and then went to another one that was kind of still good, but then
Okay, that's
both had our
really
differences.
fucking vague. I want to obviously push on that. The personal
no.
reason why your best relationship ended?
yeah.
What do you have?
So
Chlamydia?
I
What's
had
up?
I had a change of feelings.
You didn't like her anymore. What's with the euphemisms? Be real.
I don't know. I fell in love.
I had a
I fell
change
in
of
love with
feelings?
someone
What
else.
is this?
I fell in love with someone else.
Okay, let's be honest.
All right, I will.
And by the way, I just want to say you prefaced the relationship where you fell in love with someone else as your best relationship.
Yeah. Wait, no. Did I?
Interesting.
But is it like
Yeah, you
hindsight?
said best relationship, 2 years,
Yeah.
great feelings. Boom, you fell in love with someone else.
Yeah.
Sounds like you were not in love with her. Keep going.
Okay.
I mean, let's be real with each other.
next
Let's
one.
keep it real. Let's keep it
Okay.
real. Let's keep it
Yeah.
real.
Okay. I like that. Next one. I got broken up with because they didn't like me anymore, and
Because
now.
karma's a bitch.
Yep. And now I'm in the ether, and I'm just floating.
Single.
Single as I've been single as a Pringle.
Dry.
This is it.
How long has it been that you've been single?
It's been over a year, probably a year and a couple months.
And how long between the other relationships?
No time. No time.
Barely any time now. Maybe like a month.
Penance.
Yeah.
Penance right now.
Uh-huh.
You need to sit down and you need to look at yourself in the mirror because you're a mess.
I know. No, I know.
I listened to this story. You're an absolute mess.
I know. I've accepted that.
But Ali, he's
You
young,
really
right?
have to.
He's young.
How old are you?
I'm 24 right now.
Oh, you're a baby.
Yeah.
Find peace inside.
Yeah. No, I think I'm finding that finally now.
The pussy doesn't give peace.
Yeah.
Amen.
Oh, boom.
Amen.
I'm gonna get that tatted on me.
Ali. Ali Kolbert.
Wait, so you're on Bumble now.
She's
So-
yeah.
What do you do? What is your job?
We're actually in my office. But I manage a couple buildings out here, studios, music studios, stuff like that.
That sounds like a good job.
Yeah, it's cool.
Silence, is it not?
I mean, it gets the bills paid, and yeah, I enjoy it.
But you have aspirations.
Okay.
dude.
Yeah,
And
I have different things.
I want him to really tell you, like he's very musically inclined, busts his ass every day at work, but then goes home and makes his own music. He produces his own music videos with.
do this every week.
He's a very hardworking kid, and
Okay, I see that.
yeah, but and this podcast is all him. This is Ali. I literally like I talk to you, and I make that happen. And I talk with Mike. That's all I really do.
Yeah.
This is his thing, 100%. And I'm just glad to be here with you. Thank you.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Mike, I'm just teasing you, you know.
No, yeah.
You can take
I
it.
know.
I don't think David can, but I think Mike can take it.
Yeah.
No, I can
Mike's
take
good
it.
with this. Mike's
I
good
like
with this. But tell her about that. So you were trying to reach out to people. Well, I mean, girls hit you up on Bumble. A girl hit you up on Bumble.
I don't understand how to online do any dating app. I just don't get how to go from, you match, you message, and then how you get to a point where you're like, you see each other and that's it. Like, it always stops
Really?
at like where we're cool, and then like I either stop talking or they either stop talking, and then nothing ever really happens. Only like a couple times I've actually gone on like dates, and one was like a multiple like couple months kind of thing.
All right, so I'm going to weigh in with what I think is going on.
Okay.
This is a crucial mistake
Yes.
that people make on these apps.
Okay.
You're not looking to have a text buddy that goes on for weeks and weeks.
Yes.
Weeks and weeks. What are you doing today?
Yeah.
How'd you sleep?
Yeah.
No, thank you. We make a connection. We get to know each other.
100%.
Seal the deal. You get in, you get out.
Okay.
You meet on the app, you connect, you get the numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to switch to numbers quick.
Yeah, just
Not too
direct.
quick,
Okay.
or you scare them off.
When's too quick? What do you feel?
Chat on the app. Chat on the app for. Here's the deal. You either get the number when you move to the date.
Yeah.
Or you plan the date on the app, and then at the date you get the number.
Yep.
What I would do is I would chat on the app for anywhere from 2 to 4 days.
Okay.
I mean, are you going over that number?
It kind of ends at that point.
It's ending before
Ends
that.
at 4 days,
Probably like that. Either like a day or two.
and then you have nothing left to say.
It's sometimes that, but sometimes I literally am just like in my like the moment of I'm like, oh cool, yeah, I want to talk.
Yeah.
But like subconsciously, I'm like, I really don't care about talking to this person.
This is so, Ali.
Okay,
this is my frustration.
But David, that is what do you hear what you're saying?
Yeah, I do.
You're saying, why can't I get a girlfriend? I don't want to try.
That's it. And that's it. And that's
Why can't I get a girlfriend? I don't care. It's because you don't care. You're not putting effort in. You're not coming up with things to talk about. You have to, this is courtship. You have to show up with work, effort, interest. In the same way you're selling your podcast and you're selling your ideas, you're selling yourself.
Listen.
No one's going to want to date you when you're not interested in yourself or keeping the convo going.
Yeah.
This is my Ali. That's
This is the truth. This is his truth. He doesn't want to do it.
I'm taking it. Okay.
You don't want to be in a relationship.
No. You hear that?
The segment's over, Dave.
No. Wait, it's not over. You hear that? But you don't listen to her. You don't hear her what she's saying.
Yeah,
you're just letting it roll off your shoulders. Oh, I get so frustrated.
You know what?
You don't want to be in a relationship.
This is what he does.
I'm gonna stand up for myself.
Oh God damn.
Stand up.
I think you get more angry
I do
about
get angry.
me not seeing people.
I get very
than
frustrated.
I do.
And I love you. It's because I love you. I think
dating.
I think that you get excited, right? Like a girl hits you up, and you're actively want to be in a relationship, and I think that's at your core. I think that's what you really want is to be in a committed thing, and to have someone who's like there for you.
You want to be in the part where it's. You want to be in the part where it's locked in.
100%. I think he wants the home thing, but the courtship thing is the part he's not interested in.
Because you don't want to put the effort in.
Right. I think that's what it is. So a girl come into his job and she'll be like, "Oh, here's empanadas I made with my mother for you," and ha, and you're so has this funny.
Is that a real thing?
100% real. 100% real. And I've seen it. I've seen this happen multiple times, and he accepts it, and it's as if that didn't just happen.
We're friends.
That right there. So he'll do that with someone who's a real, could be a real connection with another human being, and just dismiss it, and then through this bumble. So explain to her the last thing that you did, Ali. I want to know if this is a good pickup line or not. This was Mikey's pickup line. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Me and that girl are friends. Okay. So it's nothing crazy.
Empanada mama.
I disagree.
Empanada mama.
I disagree.
Okay. So my new thing now is I get a match on Bumble, and I guess I'm just doing it for the meme now, for the joke. So I get the match, and what I start doing is I start sending emojis. So I send a emoji of like a chair, then maybe like a table, like a couch, a lamp, and then I get the message back. They're like, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Obviously, a lot of times I don't, because they're like, what the fuck is going on? But the ones that do, they say, what are you doing? And why are you sending
As
me
they
this?
should, right?
Yeah, which is normal, right?
That's what we want.
And then what I say is, I'm moving in.
How's that?
That's cute, but you're wasting everyone's time. You're wasting their time. You're wasting your time.
Right.
Okay, what are you trying to say? You came up with a funny joke?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Is that
You're
funny?
not gonna have.
Is that a no?
It's cute for a joke, but it's like people aren't on these dating apps to hear Mike's jokes.
Okay.
People are on these dating apps
I'm
to
making
find
it about
partners.
me, I guess. I'm making it about me.
Yeah.
That's bad.
So you're making it about you. These men are on dating apps because they want people to say they're funny. Well, guess what? We want husbands. Okay?
Oh.
Some of us want husbands.
Wow.
Okay, I gotta switch my game.
But also, you could do whatever you want on Tinder if you're just looking to fuck around.
Yeah, I do that on Tinder most of the time.
That's where it happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's just something you're doing to get laid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't even think it's working.
And you're 100% right.
So
It's very dry.
it's an okay joke, and you haven't had sex in 10 months. So okay. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Shit. You know what? I brought up the psychic thing because, I think he made some sense. He said you sound like you need about 3 to 5 years before anything
To sit on the bench.
happens.
Yeah. You got to sit
And
on
you know
the
what?
bench.
I kind of was
think
like,
that's
you know what?
true.
I feel like I've been telling myself that for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you dabble and then you jump
Yeah.
out.
I think
because-
you.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with having 3 years of just
No, there's no.
doing you? That sounds great.
Yeah, yeah.
3
Now, I
years,
think I
focus
real-
on your projects, come up with these jokes,
Yeah.
I realized that.
Hook
I
up.
realized. Come up with these jokes.
eat some empanadas, make some podcasts,
Yeah.
joke around, play video games, jerk off, eat ice cream. Sounds like heaven.
That's what he
Yeah.
does. It's literally what
That
he
would
does.
kill to be you.
That's my
This
life.
is heaven.
That's my life.
This is like the best spot you're
I'm
in.
living it.
24. You're never gonna. That's the youngest age.
You're never going to die.
true.
Just enjoy this time, dude.
All right. I feel changed.
Ali, thank you for your dating
Yeah,
advice.
thank you
I've been
so
trying
much.
to tell him stuff, what you just said. I couldn't use those words. That's perfect.
You can't be saying that right.
I don't have the kind of...
You can't be saying that right. You really can't be saying that
What
right.
does that mean?
Because
Why
you're the
can't
one
you
that
say that?
you're the
He's
one
a
that
married
pushes
man.
me. You're the one that pushes
No,
me. to do it.
because I want you to have the home thing. I think that's what I'm after, is the
Okay,
home thing. But,
okay.
but
I
you're-
love how you do this when you say home, David. Like, for some reason, that's the word he insists on signing.
just the roof.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I'll work on it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Look at my mic.
Dude, come on.
Jesus Christ.
All right. We're at like an hour right now. So,
Ali.
I know you're busy, you're important.
No, I
You're
know,
doing
but
it.
I'm having fun, so we can slowly wind.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
we'll slowly exit.
I mean, is that now? Is it ending now?
No, we
No, it's
keep-
fine.
we don't have nothing to do.
We go on for long.
we don't have jobs.
I got nothing going on.
I haven't been booked in. I haven't been booked
I did
in
have a question.
9 months. Yep.
Yeah.
So you interned on
Oh my.
with Jimmy Fallon, and I am secretly just a huge fan of the Roots. Did you have any?
Oh, they're amazing.
They're so good. I love them so much.
Yeah.
Do you have any just cool story of any member or anything like that?
Do you have their number? Don't give it to me.
I do have Tariq's
Don't say
number
Tariq.
and
No, don't
Mark's
say
number and Kamal. They're just really, really good guys.
They're so good.
Dang, man, I knew it.
And they're really nice and they're really down to earth.
Tariq just got a
they're-
role on a show.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good for Tariq.
Yeah.
What?
Shout out.
Oh yeah, I saw.
So
I saw
cool,
that
man. So
Amir
cool.
Questlove posted that. But they're great guys. They're
Yeah.
humble and they're awesome. They're just like cool and they're nice. And I hung out with them every day when I was a page at the Tonight Show, and I was sitting. My desk was right outside their dressing room. When I left, they signed like a drum kick pad for me, and they gave it to me. And they're such good people. James, I mean, when I did the show and they came and they hugged me after, and they were so proud of me.
Oh,
And they're sweeties. They're sweetie, talented
Oh, so
fucking
talented.
people.
I love them. You know what's
Yeah,
actually
they're
really
great.
cool? Fun fact: in this studio, we have some with Questlove's drums.
no way.
Yeah.
No way.
So this is the
Very
connection,
cool.
man. It's just a connection. If he needs his drums, let me know. Let me know if he needs his drums,
Very-
Ali.
he left his drums.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know. They have every guest on the show sign drumsticks.
Wow.
So cool.
What?
So they
what
have
cool
drumsticks
thing,
from every
man.
episode.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That's incredible, man. They seem like really good dudes.
Yeah.
So,
they really are.
man, I'm glad you got to ask her.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I know you've been holding
That's
that
one thing I wanted. One thing.
Ali, so True TV, we're looking at 10:30 p.m. every Thursday.
Boom.
Yep.
Top
You
secret
are
videos.
You want to go see
Nailed
Ali
it.
on TV? She's on TV. True
Yes.
TV. Tune in 10:30.
And follow me on Insta.
Follow
Yeah,
Ali
at Ali
Kolbert.
Kolbert.
Instagram,
Twitter, Instagram.
Check out all of her
Ali with a
YouTube
K.
pages.
LAIKOLBERT.
Yes, with a K.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
I love your one tweet. I think it's your pinned tweet, but it's the what is it? Fuck, now I'm blanking.
Trump COVID.
Yeah. Oh, it's so, I love that. It's just so perfect.
He got COVID and lost his job.
Yeah. Welcome to 2020.
Welcome to 2020, motherfucker.
Are you excited
You
about?
guys, this was great.
Oh, dude, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for just catching up with
Yeah.
me. I want to catch up more and talk more if that's
Yeah,
cool with
we
you.
should. We should.
Yeah, I would really like that. And I just wish the
What
best
is
for you.
your? Yeah, I want to follow your career more.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Wait, also, Rob Glasscott is an actor.
I call him Handsome Rob. He's one of my best friends now. As we went to acting school together, and he's the most handsome man I've ever seen in my life.
He was known as that in my high school.
Was he really?
Wow.
I mean, the Glasscott family was like the most kind of Connecticut gorgeous family,
They just seem.
and they
like
were
it.
all of the children were the most popular in school. They never looked.
Wow. They look like the Kennedys. Like they're just out of a magazine.
They're so gorgeous, that entire family.
Yeah.
And they were like the most popular kids in school.
He's gonna get a kick
I
out
was
of
like
this.
terrified of all of them.
I can't believe you went to school with them at the same time. That's amazing.
I mean, I knew of them. I doubt they have any idea who I am.
I bet they know who you are now.
They definitely do.
Oh yeah, True TV.
Yeah. Oh,
Kiss
come
in the
on.
ring.
Come on.
No, I don't think they. I really don't think they know me. Kendall was in my year, and
Okay.
she was like the queen bee
Okay.
of school. I don't even know if she's aware of. I'm sure she knows she was so popular.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you: would you be willing to do this podcast again in the future, Ali? I'm kind of.
Of course.
Okay, cool.
This was like
You're always invited.
I can do this one because it's so comfy.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Well, you're always welcome.
Anytime.
You're always welcome back here. Anytime you want to promote anything you got going on, we're going to keep
Thank
shouting you out
you.
and promoting your stuff.
I can't wait to hear about updates on your career and updates on your love life.
Yes.
career.
I can't wait.
Thank you for doing the show, Ali. Anything before
Thanks, guys.
we sign out? Anything you want to shout out?
No, just stay safe.
Hey, amen.
Boom.
There we go. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays.
Yes. It's gonna come out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Great.
Boom.
Tuesday
I'll
night.
share.
Tuesday
Yes.
night if you're up late.
yeah.
But Wednesday, YouTube, anywhere. Mikey's gonna take us out.
Okay.
Ali, thank you again for being so cool to me. I really appreciate you. You're really like an awesome person in my life.
Of course, I appreciate you, and I'm so glad I got to meet you. So thank
Oh
you
my
for
God.
having me.
You
Bang.
too. Same here. Thank you so much for coming on. All
Bye,
right, guys.
Am I say bye?
Oh yeah, you can go. It's,
Well, hold up one sec. I just want you to say your individual goodbye because we got a little thing we do.
Yes.
We
Okay,
go 1, 2,
okay.
3. You come up with your own thing.
Okay.
Okay.
okay. It's episode 99 of the You Are Here podcast.
Yeah.
Guys, we are out. We had Ali on the podcast. Amazing. You know where to find the podcast: YouTube, Spotify, Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, www.youarepodcast.co. We cannot afford the M. And my name is Mike, and I'm signing out.
Hey, my name's Dave, and I love y'all.
My name's Ali Kolbert.
Boom.
We love you.
There it is.
And we're done.
Thank you, Ali.
Thank you so much, Ali. Damn.